friends. Today we're going to read a book about Boomer Goes to School. And that's the title. And it's written by Constance McGeorge. That is the author. So she wrote the book. She wrote the words in the book. And the illustrator is Mary Whyte. And the illustrator made the pictures. So they might take a photo or they might color or draw the pictures. So we're going to read and see about Boomer going to school. Boomer was just settling down after his morning walk when suddenly someone called his name. Then Boomer saw his leash. Uh-oh. Boomer was very excited. He thought he was going for another walk. So he wanted to go for another walk, it looks like. But instead, Boomer and his owner raced outside, down the driveway, and onto a big yellow bus. Boomer was going for a ride. The bus stopped again and again. Boomer had never been on a ride with so many children. The ride was very noisy. So do you see Boomer over here? He's really excited. He's got his head out the window. That's not a very good thing. But he's too noisy on the bus. See, all the kids are talking. So if you ever have been somewhere where there's a lot of people or maybe a bus, it gets very, very loud. After a while, the bus stopped in front of a big building. The children climbed out. Boomer climbed out, too. He was quickly led inside, up some stairs, around a corner, and down a hallway. Finally, Boomer's owner stopped at an open door. So they're at school now. Okay. Boomer looked in. It was a room filled with desks, tables, chairs, and children. As Boomer was led to the back of the room, a loud bell rang. A grown-up started talking. Everyone sat down and listened. So they're in the classroom, so they have to sit down and listen. When the grown-up finished talking, the children jumped up from their seats. Boomer was let off his leash. He didn't know what to do first. There were toys to share. So look at the toys. So just like when we go back to school, we're going to have a lot of toys to share with our friends. Pictures to paint. So there's all kinds of fun pictures you can paint. Games to play. So it looks like they're outside of recess. And we have recess where we go outside and play with our friends. And best of all, there was lunch. So that was Boomer's favorite thing is lunch. So he's eating, it looks like a sandwich, and there's some cookies, so he's really excited. After lunch, Boomer watched as the children gathered together and sat in a circle. Boomer was ready for the next game, but this time, all the children sat quietly. So when we are on our Zoom meetings, we have to sit quietly for Mrs. Giffen so we know what to do, so we can hear what to do. Okay? So they're all sitting quietly, looking up at the teacher. Boomer started to get up, but he was told to sit down. Boomer wiggled and squirmed. He was told to sit still. Boomer barked and barked. He was told to be quiet. Boomer was very confused. So he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what was going on. And being new, just like you guys, that's why we have to sit quietly and so we can understand and listen what is going to happen. Then Boomer was led to the center of the circle. He still wiggled and squirmed. Boomer's owner started talking, sharing stories about Boomer and showing him to the class so that it was show and tell with Boomer. Finally, Boomer understood. He sat still and stayed very quiet. Boomer's owners smiled and gave Boomer a big pat on the head. And they gave him a pat on the head because he did a good job sitting so quietly so the kids could listen to hear about what Boomer likes to do maybe, or maybe what kind of dog Boomer is. So he was sharing at show and tell. So that's what we're going to do with our class. We're going to get to share our favorite toy or something we like to do. Suddenly, a loud bell rang, and it was time to take another bus ride. So it's time to go home. It's the end of the day. At each bus stop, Boomer's new friends patted him goodbye. Then the bus stopped at Boomer's house. Boomer wagged his tail and bounded off for home. So Boomer was ready to go home, and there's the end of the story. So when we go back to school, we're going to do a lot of things that Boomer did. We're going to get to play, but we have to share with our friends, and we're going to get to paint and go outside for recess, and we also have a rest time. And so the rest time is because our bodies are not ready to be full day. We're not used to having to sit in a classroom all day and work on work. So we have to rest our bodies. So that's a fun time where you can just lay down. You don't have to go to sleep, but we just have to take a little rest to get our bodies ready for the next thing that we're going to do. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.